The market cap of Philips today is $15 billion, and Samsung is valued above $312 billion. Philips was once the largest tech company in Europe, the world leader in lighting, radio, and physical media, and the third largest electronics company in the world. Today they are almost irrelevant. This is a company that brought innovation into the market, and fell on its face again and again. In 2010, the CEO of Philips said to the media, "We are no longer a high-tech company." This was coming from a CEO of a company that was home to 350,000 employees, the third largest electronic manufacturer, and was competing with the likes of Samsung or Sony a decade earlier. Philips was once considered a pioneer in the field of consumer electronics. In the 1930s, they were the world's largest supplier of radios. They invented the audio cassette in 1963 and created the first videocassette recorder in 1972. Just over a decade later, they were responsible for creating the compact disc. They were also instrumental in the rise of DVD and Blu-ray formats. Very few people know that Philips played a crucial role in the semiconductor business and helped set up ASML and TSMC, which are giants today. You might be using a Philips bulb, shaver, or coffee maker. But the irony is that Philips has almost sold all its businesses piece by piece, including the right to use its brand name to its competitors in Asia. The only two consumer product lines Philips has today are electric razors and electric toothbrushes. Before World War II, Philips was part of the cartel which was involved in limiting the useful life of the bulb to a maximum of 1,000 hours and artificially increasing prices. However, after World War II the cartel was dissolved. But Philips continued to grow steadily in this product line. The lighting business for Philips was its cash cow, and this was being used to fund the research laboratory where new products would be invented. With so many achievements, what went wrong at Philips? Firstly, Philips worked too much on the technology and did not strengthen distribution and marketing. This resulted in the loss of market share to the likes of Samsung and LG, especially in emerging markets or countries with a younger population. The youth could not connect to the brand, as Philips was using a global strategy in every market scenario when the dynamics were evolving. Secondly, it decided not to compete with the Koreans on the pricing, and perceived its customers would prefer quality over price. But this proved to be a wrong perception. Thirdly, it did not pay attention to the right business in the portfolio. For example, when the TV business was growing in India, Philips showed little interest in this business, and instead focused on the declining DVD business. Fourth and final, it just couldn't adapt to the changing consumer preferences in different markets. And by the time it realized this, it was too late. Philips gave birth to several businesses and exited so early that I am sure they regret for not keeping them in the portfolio. Take the example of the semiconductor industry, where Philips managed to incubate three of the world's most important chip companies: TSMC, NXP, and ASML. Today we see Philips being used in most hospitals, especially MRI scanners and CT scanners. This is one industry vertical where it continues to enjoy market share. This industry is exposed to less price competition and is heavily regulated, giving an edge to experienced companies like Philips. This business vertical is less exciting than the electronics business, but keeps Philips in its comfort zone. From once being the largest electronics business to now being a very specialized healthcare tech business, there are some new worries such as product recalls in the healthcare industry. Philips spends almost 10% of its revenue on R&D, but with a declining revenue and less than 3% net margins, the R&D gets a hit. And this could potentially be damaging if AI-led innovation disrupts Philips's healthcare vertical in the future, unless it can prove to be the disruptor itself. This will be worse if Philips continues to oversleep, just like how they have overslept innovations in music, semiconductor, or the electronic industry. In conclusion, Philips had it all, and it lost it all.